So hello students, welcome to the lecture 4 of this particular course. So in this particular lecture we are going to see what is a voltage. But before understanding the concept of voltage, I would like to see this definition of voltage first. So basically voltage is work done to move a unit charge between 2 points. Now I know as a beginner you will fail to understand the meaning of this particular definition. But don't worry, I am here to explain this in much more simpler way. But for that you have to understand the setup first. Okay, so just assume that we are in one room and the light of that room has gone, due to which I am feeling very much hot. Okay, but since I was staying in that particular room, so I know that in that particular room light goes for few hours and it comes back after few hours. So due to this reason I had made one setup such that the setup has one pipe, okay, and there are a few balls in that pipe, okay, and again I had made the another setup with the same things, like these are the balls again, and this is a pipe. Okay, now please don't judge me on my drawings because I know my drawing is really very much bad. Okay, so let me erase this first. And again the setup also has one fan. Okay, so this is a fan. Okay, just remember this. Now I will be explaining you the concept. Okay, so this is me, your instructor. This is me, your instructor. Okay, and this is you, and you are really very sad. Why? Because I had asked you to do a certain task or a certain work. So what I'm asking you to do is that to take one ball from this particular pipe. Let's assume that this is pipe 2, okay, and let's assume that this is pipe 1. Okay, so what I'm asking you to do is that take one ball from pipe 2 and insert that ball in pipe 1. Okay, insert that ball in pipe 1. So now as soon as you insert this ball in pipe 1, what you saw is that from other end of pipe 1, one ball fall down. Okay, one ball fall down, and it actually got fall in this particular shape. And as soon as it fall on this particular shape of a fan, what you saw is that the fan began to rotate. Okay, fan began to rotate in this particular direction. Okay, the fan began to rotate in this particular direction, but at the same time what you saw is that as soon as this particular rod of fan or this particular shape of fan came in this particular direction, so ball which was present over here on this particular shape, it fell down in pipe 2 again. So this is particular setup made by me. You don't have to imagine this in much more depth. Just think that okay, ball is falling, due to which the fan is rotating, and while as soon as this particular shape come in this particular direction or in this particular position, the ball is actually moving in the pipe 2. Okay, and you saw that as soon as this ball fell in pipe 2, from the other end of pipe 2, one ball came up. Okay, and you are repeating this procedure again and again, like you are taking a ball, you are inserting in pipe 1, and from other end of pipe 1 the ball is falling down, and due to which the fan is rotating, and as soon as the rod of this fan comes at this particular position, the ball is falling in pipe 2, and the other end of pipe 2, like from the other end of pipe 2, the ball is coming out. Okay, so just pause the video and think what exactly is happening in this particular position. Okay, just pause this video and think, because if you understand this concept, that means you had understood the concept of voltage. Just pause this video and start thinking. Okay, so now we will try to understand this concept. I hope you tried your level best to think this concept. Okay, but now I am here to explain you this concept again. So let's think that you are picking this ball up, okay, and you are inserting this ball in this pipe 1. Okay, So this was your pipe 1, this is your pipe 2. So as soon as you insert this ball, you saw that this ball fell, the other ball from the other end of pipe 1, it fell down. So what is happening over here is that you are actually giving some energy to this ball. Okay, so you are giving energy, you are supplying some energy to this ball. Okay, you are providing certain energy to this ball, due to which this ball is moving up, and as soon as the ball which was present over here, it falls from the other end of pipe 1, you are seeing that the fan begins to rotate. Okay, let's suppose the ball has fallen and the fan just began to rotate. So what you saw is that the ball had, like, we provide certain energy to the ball, that means the ball's energy, or basically since we are providing energy, we can say that the ball has potential energy. The ball has potential energy. Okay, and as soon as it fall on the fan, so what you saw is that let me change the color of the pen. So what you saw that the fan began to rotate. So that means the potential energy of the ball, okay, or just forget potential energy, you just try to think that the energy of ball which we had given to the ball, okay, inserting ball in pipe 1, it got converted into rotational energy, and due to this reason the fan rotated, otherwise it won't have rotated. I hope you are getting me. That means what I'm trying to tell you is that energy is converted, that means from one form to another form. Okay, that means we were supplying potential energy, but since we have to move the fan, it got converted into rotational energy. So this is what I wanted to tell you from this particular setup. And since the fan is rotating, due to which I am getting a sufficient amount of air or whatever you tell, and I'm feeling cool now. Like I'm happy, but you're sad. Sorry for that. You're sad. Okay, so I hope you understood the concept. Like, we are converting this energy, potential energy. It means the energy which was stored in you, and you are lifting the ball and inserting it, and that energy, okay, when this ball falls on this fan, on the shape of this fan, so it is losing its potential energy. So it is losing its potential energy, and it gets converted into rotational energy. So I hope you understood this concept. Now we will try to apply this concept try to relate this concept with the batteries and all. That means the electric part. Okay, so let me change the page. Okay, so now we will try to relate this particular setup with the earlier one, that means this one. Okay, so what you are seeing over here, that we have the fan. Okay, we have this fan. So in our earlier case as well, we had that fan. Okay, we had this fan. Okay, so not an issue, we had deleted this particular thing. Now we are seeing the wire, okay, or conductor over here. Okay, so now what we can do is that we can try to relate this with pipe. Okay, but now you can say that the pipe has ball. So what is that which is present in wire? What is that thing? Okay, I will tell you, but before that, let me tell you this thing, that this is battery. Okay, and you can relate this battery with yourself. Okay, so now let's try to understand this. When you connect battery to this particular conductor, okay, and this conductor, the both end of conductor is connected to fan. So what exactly is happening is that as soon as you connect this battery to the conductor, the electrons which are present at this end, it will try to move in this particular direction. Okay, so now you can easily relate that these electrons are nothing but the balls in this particular scenario. So these electrons are nothing but the balls in this particular scenario. Why? Because the balls were moving, okay, and due to which the fan was able to rotate. Similarly over here, as you can see, the electrons are moving, okay, and as we all know, because we had studied in lecture 2, that as electrons are moving in this particular direction, so the current will move in this particular direction. But just forget that, and because we have to understand this concept of voltage, so forget this current, in which direction it will move. Okay, and now what about battery? What exactly it is doing in this particular circuit? So as you can see over here, that you were giving certain energy to this particular ball, and due to which this ball was moving up. Similarly, what this battery is doing is that it is providing certain energy to the electron. So battery is providing, what is it is doing? It is providing certain energy to whom? To the charges, or rather I will say to the electrons. Rather than charges, I will say to the electrons, due to which these electrons will flow and it will come back to the battery. Okay, I hope you are getting me. And due to this reason, now we were able to imagine in this particular scenario that the ball is falling on this particular shape of the rod of fan, and due to which the fan was able to rotate, and while rotating, the ball was again falling in pipe tube. But in this particular scenario, we are unable to imagine that. But yes, we can relate that particular example with this particular example, because we are seeing that the energy battery has certain energy, and the energy of battery is converted into the rotational energy of fan. That means fan is able to rotate. So we can relate that. Okay, so now you understood the concept that by connecting the battery, we are able to rotate the fan. Okay, now you had understood the concept, like we are able to relate this particular setup, this particular setup with this particular circuit diagram, but still we don't understood what exactly the voltage is. Okay, not an issue. Now we will try to understand it. Okay, let's assume that this is battery and it has point A. I'm considering this as point A and this as point B. And let's assume that 1 coulomb of charge is coming towards point A. Let's assume that 1 coulomb of charge. 1 coulomb, that means how much? It means 1 coulomb is equals to 6.25. And this particular thing we had studied in the current part, I mean lecture 2, 6.25 into 10 raised to 18 electrons. That means this amount of electrons are approaching towards point A. But now, when it is approaching, it has almost negligible energy. Negligible energy. Why? Because see, like the electrons, it was moving from this particular negative terminal of battery towards this fan. Okay, and like when it encountered the setup of fan, so its energy, the potential energy or whatever the energy the electron had, that got converted into rotational energy. Okay, and now as soon as the electron reaches at this particular point, it doesn't have any energy, but still it will move in this particular direction. Why? Because due to the positive terminal of battery, like the positive terminal of battery will attract this particular electrons. Okay, due to which these electrons will come at this particular point A. Okay, and now while moving through the battery, the electron will again gain certain energy, and that energy would be equal to this particular energy. Okay, that means the electron would gain same energy. Okay, so the voltage, what does that voltage mean? Work done. See, work done to move a unit charge between 2 points is known as voltage. That means I can say, just a second. Okay, so voltage is work done to move a unit charge. That means work done by the electrons, okay, or basically work done is also known as energy, okay. So energy supplied by the battery, due to which the electrons are able to uh, uh, come back in between these two particular points, or in this particular point. It means point A and point B. I hope you understood this concept. That means voltage is basically a work done or the energy supplied by the battery, okay, such that the electrons will move in this particular point A and point B. So this is the actual definition of voltage, that work done to move a unit charge between the 2 points is known as what? Voltage. Work done is also known as energy. So energy supplied by battery, due to which the electrons can move between these 2 points, okay. And basically 1.5 volt is nothing but, just a second, 1.5 volts is nothing but 1.5 joules per coulomb. That means while moving from point A to point B, the electron is getting 1.5 joule of energy, okay. That means 1 coulomb of charge. This 1 coulomb of charge, it is gaining 1.5 joule of energy to move from point A to point B. Now just see in this particular scenario, again I am considering point A and this as point B. So now what does that means? 2 volt, that means 2 joules per coulomb. That means per coulomb, C, and again here also it should be C, okay. So to move 1 coulomb of charge from point A to point B, okay, for this particular movement, the charge is gaining 2 joules of energy. It is gaining 2 joules of energy, okay. That means there is increment of 2 joules of energy, okay, and 1 coulomb is nothing but 6.25. That means this amount of electrons are gaining 2 joules of energy to reach from point A to point B, and this particular phenomena, it is known as voltage, okay. This is known as voltage. And just a second, I will just move up. Its unit is volt, okay. Its unit is volt or V, okay. And its symbol, basically voltage, I mean, if I want to represent a battery, so symbol of battery is like this. Is one, you have to draw a line and then a shorter line, okay. So this is positive terminal. The longer line, longer length is known as positive, and the shorter length is known as negative terminal of battery. So I hope you understood the concept of voltage, like the core. I will again explain you in short. If you encounter this 2 volts, 3 volts, that means per coulomb of charge, that means 2 joules per coulomb. That means to move this 1 coulomb of charge, you require 2 joule of energy, okay. And similarly over here, for this 1.5 volts, to move this 1 coulomb of charge from point A, that means from point A to point B, you require 1.5 joules, or basically you gain, or U means the electrons gain, or you can say the increment. The electrons gain such amount of energy while moving from point A to point B, okay. Again, work done to move or energy supplied. Work done can also be written as, in short, work done can also be written as energy supplied by the battery, okay, or by whatever it may be. Like, you don't have to, like, it doesn't require battery. It may be some chemical reaction. In fact, battery has the chemical reaction, okay. So energy supplied by battery, for now we will consider battery, to move a unit charge, that means 1 coulomb of charge. A unit charge means what? Just a second, I will use certain different color. To move a unit charge, that means 1 coulomb of charge between 2 points. In this case, you consider these 2 points as, let's say this is point A and point B, okay. And while moving, the charge will gain certain energy. So this particular phenomena is known as voltage. I hope you understood this concept, okay. So again, this is from my side, so that there shouldn't be any doubt in your mind. So I am explaining again this concept very shortly. So voltage means work done per unit charge. Work done means energy supplied by battery or some another media, that doesn't matter. Energy supplied per coulomb charge, that means joules by C. This is the unit, okay. Or you can also write it as 1 volt or V, that doesn't matter. And this definition is basically made by me, but this is not at all scientific, so I won't recommend you this particular definition, but surely it helps you to boost up your concept, okay. I won't recommend you to write this definition or to remember this definition, but yes, just by knowing this definition you get a little gist of what exactly the voltage is. So a push or a force experienced by a charge to move in certain direction between 2 points. Same. Let me draw the circuit again so that it will be clear. This is positive terminal of battery, this is negative, okay. And let's assume that this is a particular setup, and this is that fan, okay. This is that fan. So the push or force experienced by the charge. So again, when we connected this negative terminal of battery to the conductor, so the conductor had that free electron, due to which the electrons will move in this particular direction towards the fan, okay. And in this process, as soon as the electrons encountered the fan, the energy which was present in the electron, okay, it got converted into rotational energy of fan, okay. Now as soon as the electron will reach at this particular point, it doesn't have any energy, but due to attraction of battery, it will move in this particular direction, okay, and it will reach at this particular point. Now let's assume that this is point A, okay, this is point A and this is point B. Just a second, I will erase this. This is point A and this is point B. So what this particular definition tells you that the push, the push or the force experienced by a charge, that means the electrons, okay, as you can see, it has experienced a certain force due to which it has moved from point A to point B to move in a certain direction, between the points. So these are the points, point A and point B. A push or force experienced by a charge means over here the electrons to move in a certain direction between 2 points. So I hope you understood the whole concept of voltage. Okay, so now we will meet in our next lecture with some new concept. Thank you.